How's it going? My name is Joshua Amador. We are here at Suavecito headquarters. Today, we'll be doing a low skin fade, leaving it pretty heavy on the sides and some texture work up top, and we'll finish it off with a nice dry look. So the first thing we'll be doing today, we'll be taking down the bulk on the sides. We won't be using a guard or a metal blade to set the base here. What we'll be doing actually is clipper over comb. Reason being, I can keep a lot of the weight here and have it already nice and blended, so that way when we do the fading process, we don't have to worry so much about clipper over comb or texture over comb on the sides up here up top. It'll already be set up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set it up. You get your fade comb, bring it in right here towards the bottom of the ear and start working your way up. You're layering all the way up at this point. And you're not keeping the fade comb straight. You wanna bring it out at an angle. This way, you maintain the weight and can keep that classic look. So as you can see, we've already taken down a lot of that weight. And we have a pretty good base set up here to work with, but we're gonna go in a little more and just get it a little tighter. So now that we've clipper over combed most of the bulk out, we're gonna begin to set our bald line at this point. So now we'll be using our trimmer, setting it up for a low fade, and we'll go from there. I like to start my low fades at not the top part of the ear, but right here where it connects to the scalp. You start your bald line there and lift it just a little bit over the ear, not too much, and then drop it down towards the back. So now that you set up your bald line, you're gonna pick up your shaver now and you're gonna skin out the bottom of that. But don't take it too high up to the line, because then you're gonna have a hard time taking that line out. Now that you've done that with the shaver and you've set up your bald line, you're gonna go in and you grab your plastic one guard. I'll be using a master today. And you're gonna open it to the half. You'll be taking it up about midways on the fade. You're not gonna go all the way up. You're only gonna go up midway. It'll be about 2 finger lengths. That's it, that's all you want. And you're not gonna set a dominant line. You're not just gonna go up. You're gonna do a C stroke. So as we come up to that line, we're gonna flare out with a C stroke. That way we leave more of a weighted line as opposed to a dominant line. So now you've done that, you're gonna use the same one guard, but now closed at a 0. And all you're gonna do is, again, C stroke, but this time you're gonna go right below that 1.5 that you just set up. However, you're only gonna be needing the corner of the blade, not the full blade. So once you've done that, your next step is gonna be your 0 guard or your 1/16 guard. This time we won't go open and close, we're just gonna be closed. Only using the corner meeting up where the 1 was at. So on this one, just have a nice stroke, that's all you're gonna need, and make sure to only use the corner of the blade, not the full blade. You use the full blade most of the times, what that's gonna do is cause another line, and then you're gonna have to push the fade up higher. We're trying to avoid that so we can keep as much weight as possible on the side. All right, so now that you've done that with your 0 guard, you're gonna move on to your half, which is the blade itself with the lever all the way down, also known as just open, and chipping away at the bald line. We're not gonna dig into the fade anymore. At this point, we're just working to get this bald line out. And right here, you might not see it, but I'm using the lever up, down, open, close, playing with it. So now that you've taken out the bald line, your next step, you're gonna line up this corner right here, the edge. We're gonna leave this all up here natural. You want a classic look. So you're gonna leave all that natural, but we are gonna line this up right here. Carefully though, you do not wanna push this back. So try to keep it as natural as you can. So now we'll be doing the clipper over comb process, like I said, getting rid of any little bulk that might be there that you don't want to create the perfect blend. Again, it's not a lot, it's just very minimal stuff we have to do here. We didn't create any harsh lines throughout the fade, kept it pretty easy for ourselves. We're not working so hard. So now that we've taken care of the fading process and lined up his edges, we're actually gonna give him a hard part. So with the hard part, find the part first wherever it naturally splits. Once you have that set, grab your fade comb, get this hair out the way, and with your trimmer, set your line. Now you don't want a big huge part there either. You want to keep it looking pretty natural as much as you can, so don't make it too wide. There's a lot of parts that are out there and it's just this big old river on the top of his head. It's not even a part. So keep it light, keep it thin, not too thick. If anything, you want the front a little thicker and going skinnier towards the back. So now you'll be going back in with your straight razor and cleaning up this part. Be careful when you're using the straight razor as well. I've seen some people use it and then they create a bigger part, a wider part with it, just because they're putting too much pressure on the blade. And man, I've even seen a guy have to go bald over this. So just be careful with the blade, light work. You don't have to put too much pressure on it. Now that you have that all done, set up, you can now go and do the shear work on top. So again, make sure you get the hair pretty wet. The wetter the better. You have more control. Obviously you don't want to drench them. You don't want them getting a shower either, but just make sure it's nice and wet. It's about an inch. Before dropping it, pick up the other piece, make sure you go all the way across. And now do the same to the other side. And now you're gonna wanna cross-check the hair. Make sure you got it nice and even. Right there, we gotta get that little piece. It's important you cross-check when you do your shear work. That way you know the hair is nice and even, it'll lay down right, it'll scalp easier for him. It's not such a hot mess. You just want one nice even flow all the way through. Now that you've done the blunt cutting of the sectioning, you're gonna wanna add some texture. So for this, we'll be doing point cutting, and we'll go in with our texturizing shears more in the front section. This way, when you blow dry the hair, it'll help give it volume and lift, because when you texturize it all right here, you're gonna have shorter hairs right here that'll give it that strength it needs to hold the hair up. That way, the blow drying work won't go to waste. So again, grab a section, leave a good amount of hair out. Like I said, just place it right there on your middle finger and chop. Easy, easy. It should not be hard. And then you're gonna move back and continue doing that. Now that you've done that, you're gonna grab your texturizing shears. What you're gonna do is section off the front. You want the very front down, and then you're gonna have this middle section right here. All right, now you're gonna grab this middle section, bring it upward, and then right here underneath your fingers is where you'll be doing the texturizing work. Now you can come across it, or you can go directly in and just lightly hit it there. And that'll get the texturizing work that you need right there in order to help you give it that lift. I'm not doing a lot either. I'm not digging into it like that. And then you will do the same with this front section, but with this front section you can bring it downward and weave through the hair, and there you go. Now it's not a lot you have to do, it's just real quick, real simple. And in the back, you can also use it to get rid of a lot of bulk here. So back here, you can just go in, don't be afraid. So now that we've done all the fading, all the shear work, we're gonna now blow dry the hair and style it. So So what I'm gonna be doing is flat wrapping the back right here. We don't need that. We just want that to lay down nice and smooth. And then we'll be giving the front a lot of volume, a lot of lift. And then we'll be styling it with a nice dry product. That way it has a more pliable hold, more modern look. So again, we're just gonna flat wrap it for right now, take care of this back piece, then move to the front. So now we got that all dried up. We're gonna move to the front section now, and this is where we'll start giving it lift. So at this point, we'll be blow drying up and forward, every which way to get him as much volume as possible right here in this front end. Then comb it all through. See, it already has its own shape going. Now with the product, all you're doing really is just polishing it up and giving it a nice hold. But look, on its own, it's already doing it with all that texture work you did. It can stay that way if you want. If you just want to add a little bit of hairspray, you can also do that as well. With him, we'll be throwing in some clay and a little bit of hairspray, just give it a light hold. So now that we finished all the styling with the blow dryer, it's time for product. We'll be using Suavecito's feeder make clay for this. It gives it a nice low shine. It's got a pretty nice strong hold, but it's not too heavy. And that's what we don't want. We don't want heavy product on this because then it'll just bring it all down. We're trying to avoid that. You don't need much. You just need a little bit. Now with clay, it's a little harder to get out. It's not gonna really come off. It's pretty, it's a clay. You don't need a lot though. This is the thing people don't understand with clay. A little goes a long way. This is all I'm using right here. Put it in the middle of your hand and really rub it in. You wanna warm up the product. That way you can activate everything and you can place it in here nice and smooth. Like I said, just rake it through. Get it all in there. Make sure you get the part 2. You don't wanna miss that. Now to lock it in and give it a little more hold, we're gonna use Suavecito's hairspray. What I'll be doing with the hairspray, I won't spray it too much all around the hair. What I'm really looking for is spraying it right here in the bottom sections. This will create a little stronger hold up here while still keeping the hair pliable for him. And because you're creating a stronger hold down here, you're giving it a better foundation, so the hairstyle will last longer throughout the day. So again, just give it a little shake. You want to keep it at least like 6-8 inches apart, because if you spray it too close, you're just gonna have this clob of hairspray there, and you don't want that. Cover the client's eyes. You don't want to get in his eyes either. And just lightly. That's it. That's all you need. And then just give it a light mist all around. Nothing crazy. That's all you're gonna need to do. Give him one more rake with the fingers. Give him that last touch. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Easy. Again, you didn't need too much product. You didn't need to overdo it. All you gotta do is blow dry it right, do the right texture work, and everything else will fall into place. Once again, I am Joshua Amador. We are at Suavecito headquarters. This is a low fade, skin tight, nice blow dried up top. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Check us out another time.